How's that piss you're drinking?
Good.
Is it the what is it called? The guacamole gamer fart or whatever?
No, this one is the Mango Meta.
Mango Meta. It really does look like. Put it back on. Like.
No, the one that's worse is Misfits Melon. It literally looked like piss.
Misfits Melon.
It literally looked like piss when I poured it into the bottle. I was like,
Dude,
okay.
I mean, you're a pro gamer, right? If you're in the middle of a ranked match on Siege or whatever, you don't get up from your computer. You just grab a bottle and just fuck. Oh, that wasn't a frame. You grab a bottle and then you just fucking go for it.
Nah, dude. Pro gamers have catheters.
No, pro gamers piss in a bottle and drink it whenever they need their electrolytes.
Dude, yeah. We recycle in this house. We are trying to save the earth. Drink your piss.
No,
We're running out of water.
Reduce, reuse, drink piss.
California's in a drought. Why don't they just drink their own piss?
I mean, fuck it.
Why don't they just pee the fire
Speaking of
out?
drinking your own piss, I finally got Morgan on the Lifestyle podcast to admit that I'm the reason she's on medication.
Damn it.
So you are the problem.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. No, so I was trying to get her to finally stand up for herself because, you know, we fuck with each other all the time and it's fun. But she doesn't. I fuck with her. I fuck with Chandler. Chandler fucks with me. But she just sits there and doesn't say anything about it.
She just takes it.
She just sits there and takes it. So I'm like, okay, look, you have to fight back because it's making me look like an asshole.
Maybe you are.
So
champ, dude.
her thing, like the episode started out as it was like, oh, by the way, you're the reason I'm on medication.
Bruh.
So now that everyone knows I'm psychotic, well, not really psychotic. Everybody knows I'm an asshole. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
When are we starting?
Now.
Okay, so the first thing... This is why I wish we could do these in person, because this doesn't happen when you actually have the natural flow of conversation.
Oh, no. This would still happen, to be fair. The difference is...
I could smack them.
Yeah, 100%.
No, see, I would sit across from the table from him.
Long arms. May I introduce you to Wingspan, my friend?
What's that on your hand?
Hand?
Other hand.
Oh,
No.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went to the Renaissance Festival. It's a henna tattoo. It's the Oblivion game logo, because this was only like...
Is it permanent?
It's henna, my guy. So no, it goes away after 2 weeks.
Ah.
Yeah, you dingus.
More like Hennessy, because it's
like
the only...
tie.
You
Why
watch
are you guys
hentai, my guy?
silent?
you watch hentai, my guy?
No, I don't.
Oh, what do I want to talk about?
I watch... Your mom.
Tears of the Kingdom. So anyway, how's Legend of Zelda 1.5 as you put it?
Yeah, so I want to talk about the reviews first, because the reviews for this game, they're absolutely praising it. It looks like this game is like the second coming of Elden Ring or something like that. Like, it is the best game ever. First of all, I'm sorry, Nintendo fanboys, but the Switch is like an 8-year-old Android tablet with controllers strapped onto it that can barely run its own games at 720p 30 FPS. It's time to let it go.
Which, speaking of the Switch and how drastically underpowered it is, didn't Hogwarts Legacy get delayed again by 4 months?
It's supposed to come to the Switch at all?
That's what they're saying, but it's delayed till December now.
They're going to
That's
need to
news
use
to
some
me.
actual magic to make that port work.
That is news to me. Because it runs like crap on PC to begin with.
Yeah, I still haven't finished it. I haven't played it in months because it would just crash.
Yeah.
And it's not my PC that's the problem, because other games that actually work really well. But if I'm crashing with a 4090 and a 7900X and 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, like I feel bad for like the average Joe on his 1660 or 1060 or whatever, just trying to simply play a game and it just won't work. Now, maybe
Oh, sorry,
it
not
works now.
December, November 14th, 2023, according to
just keep-
GameSpot.
They keep pushing it back. I had no idea it was ever even supposed to come to the Switch. But yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
you
was
said,
supposed to be PS5, PC, Xbox Series in February or whenever the hell it came out. And then this month was Xbox One, PS4, and then July was supposed to be Switch. But now
Okay.
it's got pushed back to November.
Okay, yeah. And so circling back to Tears of the Kingdom, it might be a really good game, but I think my personal quarrel with it is it basically just kind of is Breath of the Wild 1.5, and I don't think there's an argument against that because it uses a lot of the same assets, animations, art style, sound effects. Like the sound when you're cooking stuff is exactly the same, like in that little pot is exactly the same as Breath of the Wild. It does like the exact same audio cues. Like it's basically just they put in an above ground and underground section of the map they already had, and
My question is,
Are
does
selling
Gordon
it.
Ramsay finally make an official appearance?
probably not.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, no, my problem I think is the fact that they're charging $70 for a reskin of a game that came out 6 years ago on hardware that can't even run the game at a stable 30 FPS at 1080 or 720p.
Speaking of not being able to run games, on top of Hogwarts Legacy, the Pokemon shit.
What's going on with
Like,
Pokemon?
Wait, what?
the most recent Pokemons, like every time it rains,
dude.
the
Pokemon.
frames drop by like 30 FPS.
Which
I saw
one
like a
is
video compilation of the latest Pokemon games that came to Switch, and like the character animations, like it would be like Oblivion, where they would look at you and then kind of still walk to the side, but their head would still be tracking. You know what I'm talking
you
about?
know,
More like
Stop! You have violated the law.
Is that Scarlet and Violet, by the way? The new Pokemon game?
Yes, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't played Pokemon in so long. Like I
My-
bought it,
My girlfriend
last
loves
one?
them. She
Sword and
has
Shield?
them.
bought that, didn't really play it.
I've never played a Pokemon
I'll go back
game.
and play Ruby.
Okay, well,
I played Pokemon Pokemon Go, which is, dying now.
So is that technically a Pokemon game, even though it's not the same vein as the actual like real Pokemon games? Like that was an augmented reality game, but that's the only Pokemon game I have ever played. I've never played Scarlet, Violet, Sword, Shield, Blue, Red, Yellow, Purple, Indigo, whatever the hell colors they're called. Like I've never played a Pokemon game before. And I just-
Diamond and Pearl.
okay,
That is the real one.
No.
That is-
Okay, chill.
Why can't they just be normal and call them Pokemon 1, Pokemon 2, Pokemon 3? Like, how am I supposed to
Because
know
they
which
have to release 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
They can't
That's
fit
how
it
they
all
do
in
it.
one
Yes.
game cartridge?
No, it's literally identical games, just different Pokemon.
yeah,
Why can't they just...
Look, the plan is you and your friend buy different copies. Like I buy Sword and you buy Shield. We both play the game and we can
And then
trade
you,
our Pokemon.
Yeah, you trade your Pokemon. Okay.
Ooh,
Or
magic.
they could just put them all on the same cartridge. I'm not a Pokemon. I'm not really much of a Nintendo fan at all, so I just kind of don't get that. But
yeah.
do you guys think...
But I mean,
the
PC
next-
gaming's not. Wait, what?
I was just going to ask if you guys think the next Nintendo handheld is also going, or Nintendo console is going to be like a handheld hybrid, like the Switch and Wii U, because the Switch was so popular. Or do you think they're going to have a console and a handheld, each separate from each other?
I don't know. Honestly, Nintendo's kind of.
They're always behind.
Well, yeah.
The next,
I mean-
I'm going to call the Switch 2 is going to come out when the PS5 Pro and Xbox Series XXX are out, or
That's
whatever the hell they
normally
call
how it
it.
happens. That's seriously how
Yeah.
it happens.
I know.
Yeah, Nintendo's full of geriatric fucks. That's just
The Switch came out in 2016 after the One X and PS4 Pro came out in 2015. Like,
Okay, Ryan, let me put it into perspective, right?
okay.
The Switch released in the same generation as the Wii U.
I guess
Just
that's
think
true,
about it.
yeah. Because
Or-
Breath of the Wild was on both consoles.
Uh-huh.
Or let's put it this way. Twitch streamer Alana Pierce was banned from Twitch thanks to a copyright strike from Nintendo for showing the trailer of the game.
Yo, wait, what?
Dude, I don't understand why Nintendo does not accept the fact that people want to talk about. I remember when they were talking about like copyright striking people let's playing their games, and I'm like, you absolute stupid Nintendo executives. It is free advertising when a channel the size of Alana Pierce or Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or Hollow or PewDiePie plays your game for millions of people.
Yeah,
'Cause, like, they might see,
Nintendo's the one company, like the one publisher I refuse to profile for that exact reason.
Yeah, like
I don't
with
feel
DayZ.
like fucking with it.
There was a YouTuber named Frankie on PC in 1080p who played DayZ and got me to get into DayZ and got me to buy DayZ and Arma and started my enjoyment of those milsim-esque games. And people, I would imagine, watch PewDiePie or Jacksepticeye play Zelda and be like, oh, hey, this looks really cool. I'm going to go spend $400 on a Switch and $60 on Breath of the Wild or $70 on Tears of the Kingdom. And so, like, it incentivizes their audiences who have a connection with that creator to go out and buy the thing. So why would you not do that? Like, I'm a keep it hundo. Most people have ad blockers installed. Most people skip ads. Most people click through sponsorships. Most people don't watch that stuff. But if they have a creator
Most
that
people
they enjoy,
had ad blockers because if you're on YouTube, they're banned now.
yeah, I have some thoughts about that. But I have YouTube Premium, so I don't really care because I use YouTube like so much that having Premium for me, and I have a discount. I don't pay full price for it because there's like a student discount with my university. But
Here, let me see if I can find that meme.
I use Premium a lot, and it's good. I watch YouTube a lot. Like, I watch maybe 24 hours of YouTube a week, but I listen to it when I sleep. Like, I put on like YouTube videos when I sleep and just turn my phone off, which you can
Yeah.
do with Premium, and the video still plays in the background. I do that all the time.
I do that with my TV. I mean, I have an Apple TV, so I can just hold down the mute button and it just blinks the display, and I can just have YouTube running in the background for hours.
I didn't
Also,
know that could.
Wait,
most of your,
seriously?
Yeah, I
most
didn't know
of
that
your
was a thing.
Most TVs, if you hold down the mute button, it'll just blank the display.
Well, I have an Apple TV plugged into my projector in my bedroom.
No, it's the actual TV that has it built
Oh,
in. Yeah.
gotcha.
Caleb, you should look at the photo I just sent to our group chat.
Oh, goodness.
That's how I feel about it.
Text group chat.
Yeah.
See, the thing with the whole ad block YouTube thing is it's going to be the same with the return dislike extension, which I use.
Yeah.
YouTube changed their web host framework, and return dislike stopped working for 3 days, but then there was an update and worked again.
Yep. Well,
So
I mean,
it's going to be a never-ending battle with ad blocks because the truth of the matter is, and this is not something a lot of people really talk about, but there are so many ads online being fed to you consistently through pop-ups, through things that, like, you know, click here to watch your video, or when you go to download something from a relatively sketchy website, there's like 30 download buttons and then the real download button. An ad blocker gets rid of those 30 extra download buttons that don't exist. And like, it's helpful for my grandparents. If my grandpa wanted to download something on the internet and there's 30 fake download buttons, then he's going to click one of the first one that pops up because he doesn't understand that that's not the real one. He's trying to download something and that says download, right? So like, I have ad blocker on my grandparents' PC because it protects them.
the thing that gets me is Opera as a company and web browser, which I use on a daily basis, has a built-in ad blocker. How is that going to counteract with YouTube, where they're sponsoring Opera as a browser from YouTube to use it, but it has its own ad blocker built in?
Yeah, and speaking of sponsors, ads on YouTube didn't bother me when I watched an ad and then got to the video. But now it's watch 2 ads, some of which you can't skip.
2 15-second non-skippable.
Get to the video, and then during the video, because YouTube doesn't pay creators enough through AdSense after the adpocalypse, now you have to have YouTubers integrate ads into their videos with sponsorships. So you have ad video for a little bit, ad video, and sometimes it's ad at the end of the video, and maybe there's mid-roll ads in the video. Hey, no, there's too many.
You gotta be careful of those mid-roll ads because sometimes you'll end up with two.
I don't put mid-roll ads in my videos. Like here's the thing, as a creator, and I think creators should actually kind of step up and do more to make consuming content on YouTube a little less of a pain to people who can't afford to buy premium or just simply are against it. You can choose what kind of ads play before your videos. Mm-hmm. I do not have non-skippable ads checked off. I do not have mid-roll ads checked off because as a viewer, if I have to sit through, like I'm a small channel, and if I click on a video and there's an ad, chances are I'm going to click off and just go watch the big guy. If I have to watch the ad, I'm going to watch the ad before somebody that I like. So these unskippable ads hurt small creators because if you're clicking on a channel that you've never seen before that has like 3,000 subscribers like mine, and there's a video that you're kind of interested in, but there's a 30-second unskippable ad in front of it, will you sit through that ad to get to the piece of content you don't even know that you will enjoy?
Yeah. I will say this, they don't hurt us as a like the podcast.
We don't have ads yet.
You took my fucking punchline. While I'm trying to get the camera to switch, you took my damn punchline, you motherfucker.
All right. Well,
Rejected.
Brian, I have a question for you. That monitor review that you had, how many views did it get? Do you remember?
Well, that's not my most popular video anymore, but which monitor review as well?
The one that popped off, what was it, 2.5 years ago? Where it was like you look at all of your other videos, and then this one just has like 10 times the amount of views.
Yeah, so if I go to my popular videos, my most popular video right now is my Steam Deck benchmark with 32 games tested with 390,000 views.
So
holy shit.
Yeah, I've made 600 and something. It actually might be closer to $800, but that's like a perspective of how much money you make from just ads on YouTube. Like that's 390,000 views, and I only made like $800. And I'm not saying only $800. Like $800 isn't a good chunk of change.
That paid
like
off
that
the
paid
deck.
for my Steam Deck, right? Yeah, but at the same time, like you would imagine, 390,000 views is a little bit more than just 600 to 800. And it also like, if I don't care about AdBlock, but I probably would have made more if AdBlock wasn't on YouTube because ad blocked.
The reason I ask is, say you put a midway ad, right? You would probably lose half of your overall interaction time. Is that what they call it?
Viewer retention.
Yeah, viewer retention. Yeah. You'd probably lose half of it.
Well, so Linus Tech Tips recently talked about this. I don't know if it was during a video or during the WAN show, but like you can see a graph of like where people go to, and during that Steam Deck benchmark, you can see spikes at every chapter where I'm talking about specific games, and I timestamped everything so somebody can find the game that they want to see, watch it, and leave. That's cool. That's the point of that video. That's why I made it. Yeah. I don't expect somebody to sit through an hour and 47 minutes of me talking about different games on the Steam Deck, especially because the camera quality on the video was not that good. But
at least he timestamped them.
Yeah, but like with Linus Tech Tips, they can see like they enter the video and then it just tanks. They're talking about the sponsor and then it spikes back up because most people have their phone. Most people watch YouTube on their phone, and when there's this video sponsored by you, tap so you skip the sponsorship.
Hey, I love when they put the colored bar or the time of how long the ad is because I just know, okay, it's going to take 10 taps.
Yeah, and then there's also an extension which I've started to kind of dabble with called Sponsor Block. And it literally, like, it uses AI and listens for this video was sponsored or this video is brought to you, and then it just skips it completely automatically. Now, it only works on PC, but the thing is, I think ads are a very dystopian part of the world we live in because of how consistently they are fed to us. And I'm going to keep it hundo with you. I don't care about your fucking old person medication you're advertising to me, a 24-year-old. I don't care about your brand new Death Dark Water or whatever. It's like Devil's Water or whatever that new...
Oh, Mud Water.
Yeah, no, it's Liquid Death. I don't care about your Liquid Death or your LaCroix or your like, I like tech. And because I'm so on top of the things that I'm into... I know when there's a new piece of tech coming. I know when my favorite band releases a new song. And I don't care about the things that I don't like, but those things are the things that are consistently advertised to me because maybe the internet wants me to get into those things and wants me to like them, but I just simply don't care. And so it's exhausting. Like if ads worked better and you only got ads for things you liked, it would bother me less. But you are consistently fed ads for things that you just don't care about.
Caleb
and I just
so bored.
Yeah, sorry. This whole advertising thing, like I think that ads are coming at us too fast from too many different directions, and it's kind of exhausting. Now, they are a necessary evil because it's how websites make their money, and there's so many different websites, and there's so many different places you can put ads, and there's so many different products to advertise that, like, how do you control it, right?
And see, that was the biggest thing why we started. I'll explain that in a second. I accidentally have myself muted. That's the biggest reason why we wanted to start the channel and why we wanted to start the podcasts. God damn it! Again, I thought I disabled that.
We're professionals.
Is because
you're done. You explained it.
Is because I wanted the website because I hate going to websites to read something. And then you scroll down a little bit and then an ad pops up and pushes the content further down. So you have to scroll down a little bit more and then another ad pops up and pushes it further down.
That just happened to me.
You go to like Wall Street Journal
mad.
And it pops up with like, you have to subscribe to this. Like sometimes if you press F12 and delete a couple times, like it deletes that line of code and you can still scroll through the website.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, that's why, so we can keep ads off the thing. But the reason I look so bored is because the Stream Deck, I hate the mushy fucking buttons with a goddamn passion. And I kept trying to like change the scenes so that it would show a different person on the camera and it didn't work. So I finally got it to show Ryan while he was on his big long fucking monologue here.
You guys could have stopped me, by the way.
I was just like, come on, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up,
shut the fuck up. No, it was great. It was great because I went through OBS and enabled hotkeys to do it from my mechanical keyboard.
So I gave you my rant about ads, gave you time to figure. Yeah, you're welcome. We're professionals here. I knew you were having technical difficulties.
Caleb's over here.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
No, okay, but let's go ahead and move on to one of our next topics here.
CPUs blowing up in Asus motherboards.
CPUs, so specifically, it's AMD X3D 7000 series CPUs blowing up, and the new X670E. Are the B650 boards from Asus also affected, or is it just the X670Es?
I think it's just the X670E.
Okay.
Or is it X650E? I forget.
It's X670 because I have an X670E in my PC. I think I'm correct, but I'm not 100% sure.
I have a Z390.
Yeah, but that's the Intel.
Yes, it is the X670Es that are doing it. Also, real quick, why would someone buy an X670E ITX motherboard?
I don't know
if they're building an ITX build.
You know what X670E is for, right?
No.
It's increased PCIe lanes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you see my reasoning, right? The X670E is for increased PCIe lanes, and you're putting on a MITX which has one, maybe two PCIe lanes, and that other one is an M.2 slot.
That's fine.
Yeah. See,
okay, but continue with
the reason. The reason why I bring it up is because holy hell. So the goal is to upgrade the workstation is because my laptop can render this podcast, for instance, because they're usually like an hour long. It can render the podcast in maybe an hour, while the workstation takes 2, sometimes 2.5, maybe 3 hours to render it in 1080 60 FPS. Like,
not even like 1440p or 4K?
No, just that. That's why I stopped. So, like, there's a few episodes on the channel that are rendered and uploaded in 4K. That's why I stopped.
Okay.
But I wanted to do it, and I wanted to go a 7600X with an Asus. I forget which one it was. I think it was a Prime.
You should just get,
motherboard
like,
with
an RTX
64 gigs
card.
of DDR5. I have an RTX graphics card.
Well, why don't you
No.
render using the NVENC encoder?
I do render using the NVENC encoder. The problem is, for some reason, Magix Vegas renders using CPU, not GPU.
Oh god.
And I can't get it to. I can't figure out how to switch it.
There's got to be a way.
You would think, but like I searched through all the settings and I've looked it up on YouTube. I cannot figure out how. And it even asks you, like, hey, which GPU do you want to prioritize, onboard or dedicated?
Yeah,
And I picked dedicated,
Yeah.
but it still renders heavily CPU.
Sorry,
So
I'm contemplating life right now. I had a minor burp after drinking that bottle of piss, and it tastes like celery.
God,
That was a weird sentence. I'm sorry.
Okay, but you're saying that Vegas Pro is not
somebody's
using
gonna
the
clip
GPU
this.
render?
Somebody's
Yeah, I
gonna.
know. Someone's gonna clip it, and someone at work's gonna be like, "So it tastes like celery, right?"
That was going on my soundboard.
So
God,
Vegas Pro
I'll
is not using.
I'll
your
send it to
GPU?
you. That is correct. So it's using, like, I've dedicated it to the GPU, but for some reason it's just not prioritizing it.
I'll have to help you with that.
It's
Please.
so weird because, like, with my editor, and I don't even use an editor as fancy as that. I use Wondershare Filmora, and I can, like, export a video even before I got the It's so much faster on my new build. My exports are like twice, if not 3 times as fast as they were before, which is insane. But I could set that to NVENC pretty easily on my $40 one-time fee video editor that I got back in like 2015.
Yeah, see, I'm
See-
kind of out of the loop.
Joke's on you. I spent $25 on Vegas Pro 18, and yeah. And it's a one-time, so fuck you.
No, see, I'm out of the loop because I do 3D modeling, and every time I go to render, my computer's like, "Oh, I'll eat that for frickin' breakfast, yum," and it's done. But that's also, you know, a 4080 and
Yeah.
stupid
Yum.
fast. Yum,
Yum.
Yum.
yeah,
Yum.
like yum.
Oh, yeah, quick side
And,
note.
and when it's done, it goes wee.
Yum.
Wee. Wee.
You could technically program it to make those noises when you started and stopped
Oh
model renders. That would be really
100%.
funny.
No, but I always love it because my computer goes, "Okay, time to render," turns on like a jet engine. About 5 seconds later, it's dead silent again.
Yeah.
See,
Like, that's
I
what
have-
happened when I took my ear cup off. My computer went loud, and I went, "Oh yeah, that's right. I'm rendering."
All right.
See, a
so
while
Kyle,
back, I had a cousin that changed. He was doing some remote work on my uncle's computer and just wanted to fuck with him. So he changed. I think this was back in Windows XP days, so it was a while back. He changed the boot up from da-na-na-na to "oh yeah," so that every time he turned on his computer, it would sound like he's watching a porno.
That's fun.
Okay, but looping back to the CPUs.
Yeah, we kind
Melting.
of went off on a
So this is just like the 5800 X3D issue that it had, where it would basically just nuke itself.
I never heard
and-
about that.
Oh, it was a big problem with both the X3D and the original 5800X. They both had that problem, and it's a fact that on the 5800X, it's one chip rather than 2, like the 5900X. So it's same amount of power, but in one spot instead of 2 spots, so it can't cool down. But with the X3D, you have the V-cache basically just slammed on top of it.
Yeah.
So you're taking the heat of the CPU, nuking the 3D cache, then going into the actual cooler. But
Well, see, watching Gamers Nexus's breakdown of it, it's also partially on ASUS's fault as well,
Because
because
they're
they're
volts.
yeah. So I think they got it to some ridiculous, like the board kept defaulting to 1.3 volts.
holy crap.
And there were no power protections, so it kept dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping and dumping to the point that the silicon actually melted, and silicon has a 1400 degree melting point. Like,
And then stacked on top of all of this, they pushed out a beta BIOS that supposedly
yeah.
fixes the problem, but the problem is downloading this beta BIOS voids your warranty and still does not 100% fix the issue. So it's Asus is just like, hey, we messed up. Fuck you. Your problem now. $700 motherboard. Fuck you. You downloaded something that was supposed to fix a problem we created, and now your warranty is void.
Okay,
like,
so with the 5800X3D, the problem was in the same deal with voltage, right? But it wasn't just like completely dumping the voltage into it. You could go in and adjust it back down, and it would lock itself out. So the way that I remedied it was liquid cooled, and then also dropping my voltage down to like 1.1 volts rather than the 1.3.
Yeah, see,
I just opened Ryzen Master to see what mine's set to, and it's currently just sitting at 1.03, sitting at like
I should install
60 degrees.
Yeah, see, I wanted to keep my next one water cooled, but the water cooler that I have is a Corsair H100i, I believe.
Okay, it's an AIO.
Yeah, it's an AIO. So like, but I don't think they make AM5 brackets for it. So I either have to get a new cooler. So yeah, I'm not sure how in the world I'm
sure
going to
somebody
convince.
out there has a bracket that would work for that cooler. There's got to be some, like, you can't go to Corsair's website and see if they sell like conversion brackets for pre-existing AIOs for modern platforms.
Oh, I can attempt to, yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe somebody just made it with a 3D printer or something, or like a metal printer, and they're selling it on, like, I don't know, eBay or something. Like, it's. I feel like that's something somebody has to have made if it doesn't exist.
Oh, I'm sure.
What are you looking for?
An AM5 bracket for the specific cooler that I have.
What cooler?
I have to look. I might have actually thrown away the box.
Because
It's like
maybe.
3 years old. Like,
Oh,
yeah. So AIOs are only like rated for so long before either A, water starts evaporating from them,
oh yeah.
or
Corrosion.
or leakage because some of the fittings mess up. So I'm probably just going to throw it in my emulation PC for another year. And then
There's probably a bracket for it. It depends on its mounting style. If it uses the factory AMD plastic little hooks on the board, you're good. If it uses something else,
Like that twist-on thing that you screw in through the back plate. You have to take those, like, you know, when you buy an AMD board and it's got those, like, silver screws and then those plastic pieces on it.
well,
Yeah.
if it's,
We had to do with Ace's PC. We unscrewed it, put the bracket on. We had to snap the correct thing onto her AIO and then screw it in.
yeah, it depends on if it's using the Asetek style, which is that classic where you like twist the bracket onto it and clip it down,
Yeah.
or if it uses something like what Lee and Corsair use, where you replace the actual bracket on the cooler and it uses its own mounting.
yeah, I think that's what it is. But I've also thought about just replacing it altogether with a Noctua, like
Yeah.
NHG15, because Noctua, not only are they like reliable because it's air cooling, so and they sell different socket like brackets,
Yeah.
so I can use it theoretically forever. Just keep replacing the fans.
And if
But-
it doesn't fit, NHD12S.
Exactly. So I was thinking about doing that, but yeah, it's the upgrade's still long in the making because
It's a lot of money.
yeah, it's not only a lot of money,
I was
but
just talking about it with a friend of mine.
because I want to do other improvements. Like I plan on making a bed frame here soon. Plan on making like a chicken coop and like
Getting
a
tired of
bunch
bed
of
frame
different
squeaking?
stuff.
Fresh eggs, bro.
Oh, dude, especially after this last egg crisis. Oh, hell yeah.
See, the egg crisis, I don't even think it was as
Aren't we
bad
a
as it
tech?
was
Podcast.
blown out to be, but I don't. This is not the farming podcast, so you're talking about things being expensive. So
Farming Simulator.
what are y'all's thoughts on the price for the Asus ROG Ally? I know we just spent some time crapping on their.
It's too expensive.
But it's $699 for the top model one, which is only $50 more than the top Steam Deck, and it's more powerful, substantially more powerful than the Steam Deck for only $50 more.
It depends
or you can get the base
on
model one. And yes, it depends on what power mode that you play on.
Mm-hmm.
But with me, I use my deck plugged into a wall 100% of the time.
Then
So
why
for
buy
me,
a handheld?
Then why buy a head? What the fuck?
because what do you mean? Why buy a handheld? Because I can sit on the couch, have a movie playing, and then play my Steam Deck while it's plugged into the wall. Or if I'm in bed, I can lie in bed and play my Steam Deck in bed while it's also plugged in. What do you mean? Why buy a handheld? It's easier to take between my place and my parents' place.
It's like
my
buying a
parents are
gaming
divorced.
laptop.
Like they live. Well, but buying a gaming laptop, you have to bring the laptop, you have to bring the charger, you have to bring a mouse, you have to bring a headset, you have to bring all the
Doing a
dongles.
gaming handheld, according to you, is
Handheld.
bringing the handheld, bringing the charger, bringing
it.
everything else.
No, it's literally just bringing the handheld, bringing the charger. You just bring two things. It's much easier to carry around. It takes up substantially less space on your person when you're transporting it between places. So I think your argument is null and void because I could also just unplug it from the wall and play it wherever.
And
so
you can bring it in the bathtub.
So I have that tall person problem where my bathtub at my apartment is not comfortable because I have to like bend my knees all the way up out of the water to fit in my bathtub because it is not designed for people who are like 6
I have a spa bathtub.
See, I live in a crappy apartment. I don't have a small bathtub.
Ryan, I am 6 inches shorter than you. And I have
that's
that
what she said?
Shut up. I have that problem in my bathtub. I can't even comfortably soak myself. It's either from my belly button up is cold,
man.
or my knees and shins are freezing. I can never
that's what it is for me.
sink in.
Knees and shins are freezing, and so I don't take baths. Showers are so much faster.
Wait, why not just sit back, put your legs crossed, and just you're good.
It's not wide enough.
It's like
sitting crisscross. Your knees are sitting up on the sides.
I would have
They're
to
still
drill.
getting cold.
I would have to take a chunk out of the side of the bathtub to be able to sit crisscross comfortably.
Exactly.
My legs would hit the tub.
What is
But
it? With
crisscross applesauce,
Okay,
guys.
let's circle back though. So the ROG
Caleb,
Ally launch price is $699, which is only $50 more than the top tier Steam Deck. And in most cases where you really want to push the device, it is simply just faster than the Steam Deck. Now, the Steam Deck, I think, will be more comfortable because I've already ordered my Ally. It'll be here next month, like a month from yesterday. But I'm excited for more real competition in the handheld play space because I think handheld PC gaming will unlock the convenience of PC gaming with all of the sales and all of the great deals, all of the good games that you can't play on other platforms, and the fact that you can play Xbox, PlayStation, and PC games on PC now. So I think with handheld gaming really starting to pick up, I think a lot more people will start to get into portable PC gaming. It's still PC gaming, and that's another cool thing because, let's say your ROG Ally or your Steam Deck is at the end of its life, you could just buy a PC and all of your games and all of your cloud saved progress will be there.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's just, man, the way you were saying you play it plugged in all the time is just
How is it? But I don't understand why that's a problem. It's a handheld. It is in my hands and I'm sitting on my couch with it plugged in to the wall
because it's
so the battery life doesn't die.
Because it's made for portability. It's made for you to bring it on the road and,
Well, so I could bring it on the road with me, get to my destination, and then have full battery when I leave my house. Why would I drain the battery while I'm home with outlets that are easily accessible before leaving?
I mean, you're not gonna not charge it when you know you're gonna leave.
But why would I not charge it if I could just charge it? Why would I want to drain the battery life if there was an outlet and I could sit comfortably on my couch and have it charged while I play? I don't understand.
Why would you not charge it?
Well, there's only two places where I play my Steam Deck. That's on my couch and in bed. And those two places have outlets right next to them. So why is this a problem to you?
Can I just bring up battery conditioning?
Yeah, like that's
Steam Deck
my
doesn't-
biggest thing here.
The Steam Deck doesn't cap its battery at 100%. It only charges up to 80, 85%.
Yeah, but constantly keeping it up at 80% is horrible for the battery.
Well, I
It
also
needs
don't
to see
use it
life
that often.
cycle. It needs to drop and then come back up to condition the battery over time so you don't lose battery percentage.
But I also don't use my Steam Deck that often. It's mainly just kind of off and waiting to be benchmarked for the next game that comes out, to be completely
Then
honest.
why did you buy it? Oh.
It's still fun to use and it's still convenient because,
Real
like,
quick,
as I said, I'm traveling next month. I'm going to San Antonio with Chloe, and I'm going to bring my Steam Deck with me because it's.
I'm just real quick. I'm going to make a
case in the charger.
We're just going to make a quick disclaimer. The cutting in this episode is going to be god awful because like I'm trying to figure out this new layout, and it's a lot quicker, it's a lot snappier because you don't have to worry about those gummy buttons. But then I accidentally mistap one of the buttons, and then it clicks to Kyle just turning around and going.
Trying to grab my Steam Deck that's actually like 3 feet from me.
Yeah, I mean, the battery cycle thing is a good point that I just haven't considered, but still, I play my Steam Deck mostly either in bed. It's in my bedroom right now, and like if I'm trying to fall asleep, but I'm not, like if I'm trying to go to bed, but I'm not tired. I'm sure we've all dealt with this, right? Like you lie down, you know you have to get up early in the next morning, but you just can't fall asleep. I struggle sleeping most nights as it is. But like, if my Steam Deck's right there, I'll just bust it out, play a little bit. I've been playing Borderlands the pre-sequel, since that's the one Borderlands game I've never actually finished. And so I just bust it out, play some Borderlands, and then put it back. And it's plugged in because my charger, it's all right there. I have multiple charging bricks as well. I have one plugged in my living room, one plugged in my bedroom, one plugged in here for my Steam Deck benchmarks, and then I have one in the case ready to go if I have to take the deck somewhere.
Only reason why I brought up battery conditioning is I went to go check the health on my iPhone that I've only had for maybe a year and a half. Guess how much percentage I lost from leaving it on the wireless charger for like 10 hours a day.
That's
mine's an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I think I'm at 85% or 80%.
I'm at 91%.
I'm still at 100, and I've been doing that for almost 2 years now with the 13 Pro Max I have.
Let me see. Hold on.
Battery health and charging.
Battery health and charging. 90%. Okay, I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm at 91% in a year and a half.
But what the crazy thing is, like, okay, my last van had Apple CarPlay.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you know what I do for work, I drive constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, navigation, all of that is on the thing, but I can't use it. Well, I can, but like it drains the battery significantly.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I've had this phone since I started my job, or my new job, which it's been almost 2 years. Yeah, 2 years instead of a year and a half.
That's crazy.
But
yeah, I looked at your LinkedIn profile. Yeah, it's about 2 years.
Just stalking me, okay.
Hey.
Oh, hey Ryan. By the way, this dude couldn't do something for his job, but he had enough time to open up LinkedIn and follow me same day.
Whoa. What couldn't I do for my job?
You already know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean that safe that we had to... Yeah, no, we literally had a locksmith go. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to shatter the lock from the inside out.
Sounds about right.
Like, it was bad because it drilled, like whenever we were drilling, all of the shards flew into the lock body. What seized it was all of the shards flew like into that crevice, so it couldn't turn whenever it was supposed to. So we just had to shatter the thing. Like, it was bad.
That's why you don't.
Oh yeah, I remember you
drilling.
talking about that in the group chat. Yeah. So I have one more topic.
God, I'd love to see you drill or recycler. You'd fucking hate it.
I already fucking hate it, and I didn't even do it yet.
I have like 1.5 more topics that I want to talk about, and then
just to interrupt Ryan real quick.
Bruh.
Always interrupt Ryan.
So,
no.
What do you guys think about the merit that the Xbox Series S is holding back Xbox as a platform, in that game companies are having to optimize their games for the Series S, which is just substantially less powerful than the Series X?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, no,
I've
the
been
Xbox,
out of the news, dude. I worked
Yeah.
fucking 60 hours last week. I'm done.
So developers are saying that the
Same.
Series S is holding back the Series X in terms of like exclusive performance for Xbox because they want games to come out on both S and X. And the S is substantially less powerful. Like you mentioned, third parties like Hogwarts Legacy. Didn't it come out on the Series S after it launched on next-gen consoles?
No, I don't think so. But
Okay.
please tell me this isn't the excuse for Redfall.
No, it's not the excuse for Redfall. No, it's not the excuse for Redfall. They
Speaking of which,
owned up
we were
to
supposed
Redfall.
to all play Redfall later that day, and somebody just left us in the open. I don't know who. Kind of starts with an R. That's
Okay,
the
well,
name's
in
on
my
the tip of my
defense-
tongue.
In my defense, I went out with somebody, so oops. I actually have someone in the social life.
Wait,
now.
you mean people actually want to hang out with you?
hey,
I'm
Caleb,
honestly surprised that Chloe's not sick of me yet.
Caleb, don't blame him. I don't even have it installed.
You don't even have
So when are we gonna play Boundary, huh?
I don't even own Boundary.
We went and played Ground Branch. We didn't even think about Boundary.
Well, we played Ground Branch because
You wanted to.
no, she was playing on Stardew Valley on my account, so I had to use my backup account.
Yeah.
You got an itch there, buddy?
Wait, you own 2 copies of Ground Branch?
Yes, because I
Fucking
have
loser.
no. It's for LAN parties, you twat.
Dude, LAN parties are where your friends bring their computers. They don't use yours.
Okay, but not all of my friends have computers.
Tell them to get computers.
Not all of my friends are as
Oh, hey.
have good
Ryan,
jobs like us.
Video idea. Benchmarking Ground Branch on the Steam Deck.
Will that even run?
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs pretty well.
I actually
Yeah,
think
okay,
it's
so-
verified.
Okay, yeah. So there's with my Steam Deck benchmarks, I have to figure out what's going on. So I do them in a way that I used to point my camera at the Steam Deck and like record the screen. But like I'm sitting there watching those videos back and the quality's just not that good. And even with my new camera, it just doesn't look that good. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a USB-C dock that I got from Anchor, and I'm plugging the Steam Deck into that, and then HDMI out into my HD60S Plus, and then from that into my PC, and I'm watching the playback on OBS. So the
Yeah.
signal chain literally is Steam Deck, USB hub, capture card, PC, playback on OBS, and that's how I'm
Why-
playing the games. When
Why
I'm
Anchor though?
just what I had lying around.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, okay.
when I've been doing my most recent couple benchmark videos, there's a delay between when I click thing and thing happens. And because of that, trying to track targets with a mouse is like, and I'm using a wireless mouse too. I might eliminate that delay by using a wired mouse, and that might make it better. But like aiming, like the keyboard feels fine and the keyboard's wired, but aiming with the wireless mouse, I'm like, I move and then it moves. And the target's still just consistently moving. So it's like really delayed. And I'm also watching it in OBS playback as well. So there's like the signal chain's super
There's
long
at least
and the
like
playback.
30 seconds. Of
Yeah,
delay.
and so it's not quite 30
Milliseconds,
seconds,
sorry.
but it makes
So-
it look like
Milliseconds.
I can't track targets, which just isn't
So,
true. There's
what
just a
mouse
are you
massive
using?
delay.
Just question. What mouse are you using?
I'm using the Logitech one the G9 or the G503, like the tiny one.
Oh, is it the 2.4 gigahertz?
This guy.
Huh? Because I haven't had any problem with the
G305 is what it is. It's plugged into my PC and on that. I've been sitting back there
I'm trying to remember the
playing some
mouse
games
that I
on the
have.
TV.
It's that new Razer tiny one that uses a AA battery, and it's got Bluetooth and USB. I haven't had any problems with that on the Steam Deck. I've actually been running that, and then my old keyboard, which I don't know where the fuck I put it. It was a
I have
$200 keyboard.
I have the Logitech Media. I think it's like the K4 something. The Media Center keyboard with the trackpad on it.
Oh, the K
For the emulation.
like 203 or whatever, the little black one with the trackpad on the side.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
I
I
use
have
that
one of
one
those
for the
somewhere.
console PC up front.
I have that one. I have that one somewhere. I've been needing to buy the new one. I think it's 803 or whatever the heck it's called.
I'm
It's
not
like
sure.
impossible to find.
The company bought this one.
I want to talk about the last
The company.
Or
real quick.
how about this? How about this? We go back to the original topic before we went on a side rant.
Yeah, we went on a side rant for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We've been talking
So
for an hour.
Xbox Series S holding back everything.
Yeah, so I mean, there's been some developers loosely speaking about this. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that the Xbox Series S is kind of a weak point to the Xbox brand because it is less powerful and its storage capacity is much less, and like I have a Series S and for what I wanted from that device it's good enough, but it's just it can't really keep up with the Series X, right? And it's like holding, and I don't know how factual this is. I've just heard conversations online from developers, and like I've heard some YouTube videos where creators have talked about how the Xbox Series S could potentially be holding back the Xbox brand because games have to be optimized for a weaker console.
I mean, to be fair, games need to be optimized anyway. I mean, look at all the shit ports that are coming out on PC because companies just aren't optimizing. So they do need to optimize for the least common denominator, but I don't see that being that horrible of a problem because if you're optimized on as many systems as possible, you're able to play on as many systems as possible.
Yeah.
You're able to sell as many copies as possible.
Yeah,
so
unless you have an exclusive deal tied up.
Why don't they just offer
which
two
Sony
why don't they just offer two versions like Sony does? They have
Like-
PS4 and PS5 for all the games.
Okay, well,
because
I'll
those
counter
are
that
made
with-
internally. So Sony owns the studio,
true.
which means Sony can fund the money to work on two separate generations.
Do you think it's time to let the PS4 and Xbox One generation go? A decade-old console on both ends if you have the day one launch of that console? Like, do you think it's time to let go of last gen and actually fully embrace next gen now? Because I think
honestly.
it's time. I think we're far enough into the life cycle. And I think the reason that games are still being developed for both, I think, one, the install base of the PS4 is a huge factor in that because there are like over 100 million or some crazy number like that PS4s out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same
I
time,
can pull up the list again. And
during
say-
during COVID, most people couldn't find, or just simply because of things that they had to prioritize, couldn't afford to get a next gen console. But developers still wanted to make money on their games, so they still ported them to last gen. But we've reached the point where I've been seeing PS5s regularly in stock at Walmart and Target and Best Buy, on Amazon, and Xbox got back in stock a little bit before Sony did, but Sony's kind of caught up. Do you think it's time to leave the last gen just behind? Because I think it is. I think it's time to embrace next gen.
just
fully.
looking at history of like how long each generation has been alive, it's coming to an end.
Yeah.
The 7th gen
Yeah.
with the 360 and the PS3 ran from 2005 to 2017.
But the amount of games past like 2014 put on the 360 was substantially less than the 360 in its prime, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's coming to an end of its like, oh hey, last gen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the only thing that's still holding that whole generation alive is the Switch. That's the only reason why it's still alive. Once the Switch dies, with all of its giant like everything, 8th gen is just gonna be gone. They're
and
gonna
I think it's
start
time.
doing everything to get rid of it.
I think
And,
it
I
is
mean,
time.
To be fair, yeah, the 7th gen had died in 2017, but when did the PS3 store go offline? They shut it down twice.
I have no idea. I never had a PS3.
Wait, why did they shut it down twice?
They shut it down once, and then everyone like screamed about it, and they brought it back online because there were a lot of PS3 games that were not on PS4. And it came back online. They were able to get everything they wanted re-downloaded, and then they killed it again. Same with the Vita. The Vita store is dead. The only way to get games on there now is to literally jailbreak it.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, but the
But that's-
Vita was so weak. Like, I had Borderlands 2 on the PS Vita, and it ran like garbage. And Borderlands 2 is a very optimized game.
Oh my god. I played Borderlands 2 on the Vita a couple weeks ago because I forgot my Steam Deck, and it was running at 40 FPS, and it looked like it was playing on nothing. Like no
on
graphics.
the Vita? What?
Yeah, on the Vita. 40 FPS.
I thought the
at, like,
Vita version barely ran
minimum.
at 30.
No, with mine being jailbroken, I can see the actual FPS. All of the cutscenes and
never owned a
everything
Vita.
are 30 FPS, but the actual gameplay can go from 25 to 45 depending on where you are in the game. It's ridiculous to watch.
You know how people like crap on Skyrim for being released on everything? I think
Here we
Borderlands
go.
2 might be on more things than Skyrim.
Yeah.
Is Borderlands 2 on a Samsung smart fridge, sir? I don't think
Probably.
I mean, let's see. I know I'm going to look at this up. It's on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Mac OS. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
PlayStation Vita,
Yeah.
Linux, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Android, Nintendo. It's on Android. What do you mean?
Yeah, boom. Samsung smart fridge.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Timmy.
Yeah. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about real quick is, do you think that Starfield is under unrealistic pressure to be the game for Xbox? Because everything else that Xbox has put out has been pretty
Which game?
substantially bad. Starfield?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming out this September. And do you think the game's under unrealistic pressure to be the game on Xbox when that wasn't really Bethesda's intention when making the game? They just wanted to make the game they wanted to make.
I doubt that's going to
Yeah, I
happen.
doubt it.
Yeah, and like I think it's going to be a good game, but I don't think it's going to be the game. And Phil Spencer said something along the lines of, I don't think people are going to sell their PS5s to buy an Xbox just to play Starfield or whatever, right?
I don't think they will either.
Now, I think it's going to be a good game, and I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be buggy when it launches, like every Bethesda game. But at this point, I would argue almost every game. So, like, I'm excited about Starfield, but I think people are putting way too much on the back of that game because that is Xbox's big thing. And if Starfield flops, it's not going to go good for Xbox. But personally, I don't think Starfield
I'm going to say
will
if Starfield
flop.
flops, then poor Phil is going to be out of a job.
Yeah. And I don't think Starfield's going to flop. I think people are setting it up to be the next Cyberpunk in terms of they are hyping themselves up too much. And if, like, let's say the game quality is here and your hype is here. If the game quality is here, but your hype is here, you're excited when the game comes out because it's better than you thought it would be. The problem is with Starfield, people are letting their hype levels reach all the way up here when the game's right here. Still a good game. Maybe it's a solid 8, 9 out of 10, but their expectations are at like 10 out of 10. So when the game comes out, they'll be disappointed because they set their expectations too high. So when you're excited about something, whether it be an album from a band or a new product or anything, it's important to like level your expectations, right? You don't want to get yourself too excited.
Let's talking about constructive criticism before the show. Let's actually get constructive here. How do you think people can temper their expectations and temper their hype? Because, for instance, even you a couple weeks ago were saying, oh my goodness, so this is going to be a fantastic game because they've been talking about making this for decades and they're going to do this and they're going to do that and it's already going to be the best game ever.
I never said it was going to be the best game ever. Never said that.
Roll the clip.
I'm excited about the game, but I don't think it's going to be the best game ever. I think the best game ever is on its way. I don't think it's going to be out for maybe another 5-10 years. I think there will be a definitive, really, really, really good. It could be GTA 6.
You know what? You know what the best game ever actually is, though?
Gex.
No.
Yes, Gex is everything.
This segue to our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legend.
No, but
I
like,
am
for real,
hanging up. I am out of here.
I think that Starfield will be a good game, but I don't think it's going to be the best game ever. And I'm excited about it, but you can be excited with tempered expectations. It's a Bethesda game. Do you guys remember
to be
the
fair,
launch
we are
of
gamers.
Fallout?
We don't temper our expectations.
Okay,
Well,
look, I have expectations for everything, right? And about 3 minutes ago, did no one else realize when I went, ugh, randomly? No. It's because my freaking OLED panel decided to dim itself because I'm on Wikipedia, and I scrolled the page a little bit, and it fucking flashbanged me. It was just, boom.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, I think Starfield will be a good game, but I don't think it's going to be the best game ever.
Wait, what did that have to do anything with expectation, Kyle?
I was not expecting it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I went into the expectation of this having that, and I didn't expect it to be so freaking violent. My room will be pitch black, and I open up like a web browser, and it wakes up and goes, "Here, let me just become an unholy light across your whole entire room."
Technically, that would be a holy light, sir.
No,
The
it's
holy
unholy
light is
because
bright.
your
Did you guys
eyeballs
see the
hurt.
video? I may have sent it to y'all. If I didn't, I need to. But it's this guy who has the world's brightest flashlight, and there's like a fan built into the flashlight. When he turns it on, it's so bright. But he went to the tallest hotel he could find in Florida and turned on the world's brightest flashlight and like lit up houses underneath him. Like it looked like super bright. And when he turns it on, you can hear the fan just go.
Hey, I like my little pocket torch.
Yeah, I remember when you
I need to
shined that in
find
our
one.
faces during BYOPC.
It's sitting in that bag. I can
That's
grab
so
it, but I'm
funny.
not wearing pants, so I'm not going to.
All right,
Take them off. Take
Take
them
'em
My
off.
off.
pants are already
Take
on.
Pull his
'em
cock
off.
He's pulling his cock out.
Right here.
But yeah, I think Starfield will be good. I don't think it'll be the best game ever made. I'm excited about it because sci-fi is my favorite like genre of media.
Just play Star Citizen.
And well, Star Citizen will work, but I'm excited about
do
Starfield because
sometimes.
there's gonna be a story. There's gonna be hopefully a good level of exploration. There's 1,000 planets. Most planets are gonna be empty, and I think that's gonna be a disappointment to a lot of people. But like I'm sitting here with the mindset of, so most planets are gonna be empty, kind of just like real space.
Yeah.
Cool with me. I don't care. But it's not going to have like 18 quintillion planets or whatever No Man's Sky had. That was a number so big it would have been impossible for a QA
No Man's
team to
Sky.
go through. And
No Man's Sky is the best.
yeah, it would be impossible for a QA team to go through and check 18 quintillion planets, right? But with 1,000 planets, it's a large number, but it's controlled enough where Bethesda has the time to go through and just make sure nothing looks stupid, right? And so I'm excited about Starfield, but I don't think it's going to be the second coming of Jesus Christ as a video game. Like,
It's the third
Yeah.
coming. Get it right. Yeah.
yeah,
Why is
that's all I have to say. My brother's saying that we're going to go fight the Ender Dragon apparently on our Minecraft realm. So
Shad, that's so adorable. You go fight that Ender Dragon, sir.
I've only beat the
I
Ender
mean-
Dragon like once or twice before. Like, are you all into Minecraft at all? Do you ever have those
I used
phases
to
where
be.
like you start up a world with some friends, you all get really excited, you get a lot of progress, you get diamonds, and then slowly people just start dropping off and you never beat it?
That Discord
Yeah.
or that Minecraft server is still live, by the way, Ryan. I haven't closed it.
I want to get back on the BYOPC realm because I still have it. Like, the world is still saved, it still exists. I just don't have the realm active. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm excited. Also, I'm also excited for Minecraft 2. What do you guys think about Minecraft 2?
Wait, what?
I'm excited for PC too.
Oh, dude, if PC is so good, why is there no PC 2, huh?
There is a PC building
Except it's made
simulator,
by
too.
my.
What are you talking
well, so
about?
most people play games on Windows, so it would be something stupid knowing Microsoft like PC 360, like
Oh God.
PC Series X.
Here.
All right, so-
microphone going. Oh Jesus! You're gonna hear
So-
that mic speak.
This is we are so long gone at this point.
It is an hour and 26 minutes and 7 seconds,
we
8
talked
seconds,
about-
9 seconds,
Okay,
10
guys,
seconds,
stop.
11 seconds, 12 seconds.
We talked about most of the topics.
18 seconds, 19
You
seconds.
know what we didn't bring up? God damn it, Kyle.
Guys, before
22?
we leave, our
23? 24?
old co-host Perry Cariel designed a really, really, really cool controller that she's in the process of working on that uses, it's completely hands-free. It uses mind control via like brainwaves and EEGs, so you can play your games without needing functioning hands, which is actually really cool.
So
All right,
she
run the
beat the
outro.
entirety. She's beaten the entirety of Elden Ring with it, and then now she just added. So she was using the controller to move around, but to dodge and to attack, attack, and heal, she was using her brainwaves, and you could see it like in her hands. She would just hold it. I don't have a controller on my desk, but
Neither do I.
yeah. So
what's
now
the
she has her hands here.
Yeah.
And she's just moving her head to the right to move to the right, and then moving it to the left to move to the
So-
left, and it's fantastic.
Does it
Like,
use a
I'm so
combination
deeply fucking
of
proud of her.
brainwaves Well, does it use a combination of brainwaves and a camera to see the head movements?
Gyroscopes.
Gyroscope.
According to her tweet. Yeah.
God, that's so cool.
Now imagine joining that with quad mouse, if anyone knows what that is.
Dude, imagine combining that with Tobii eye tracking.
The quad mouse is for people who are basically unable to use their arms and or hands, and you're using your mouth, right? You basically have it in your mouth, and you have these two joysticks.
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, and then they have puffing actions and all that with vacuum sensors and everything. Now imagine mixing that along with the device that Perry's working on. That would be amazing for people who are handicapped or unable or just cannot operate like just a standard, arms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
fingers,
I can
hands,
definitely
everything.
see, like, I doubt, but it would be fucking cool if it were possible. So, Microsoft's adaptive
I was thinking
controller.
the same thing, dude. I was thinking the same thing.
If she teamed up with Microsoft to make this an actual, like, legitimate addition to the adaptive controller, like, that would be fucking incredible.
Yeah, and thinking as from like a business perspective, English hard brain broke. Thinking about this from a business perspective, it would put some very much needed positive PR on Microsoft as well with their Xbox brand after everything that's been happening with Redfall. And obviously that's not the only reason why Xbox would do it, but it would be pretty good positive PR. Xbox be like, yo, the adaptive controller? Well, now we have something that people who couldn't even use the adaptive controller can use to enjoy the art that is video games.
Exactly.
And I think it's really cool. And also, I just want to say this because I interacted with a human being recently who thought this was just the way it worked. It's okay to play video games. Doesn't matter what fucking age you are. Doesn't matter where you are in your life. You are allowed to enjoy the art forms and stories you want to enjoy. It doesn't make you a fucking man-child because you want to play Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm sorry.
Things you want
Hold on.
I feel like somebody triggered the ever-living fuck out of you.
I didn't get triggered. There was just somebody online who commented on one of my videos and just be like, imagine being like 30, which by the way, I'm not 30.
This is still bothering him.
No, this is somebody else. This is not the one you're thinking of.
Oh, this wasn't
this
the
happened
Imagine Not Touching Grass?
No, this wasn't that.
Virgin
That one
Boy?
didn't bother me. Yeah, no, I thought that was funny.
That one was funny.
Yeah, no, that one was
hold
funny.
on. What happened?
So I was on, I think it was like Facebook, and I left a comment on a video about Starfield about how I'm excited about it, and then somebody literally said, imagine being 32 and excited about Starfield. I'm like, damn.
Wait, you're older than me?
Yeah, I'm 24, brother.
See,
But like,
why is he on a page that's promoting video games if he's not a video game person?
I think it was just a troll, but like, I've interacted with people who unironically, and my brother kind of used to be the same way for a little bit, but then he got into gaming, and he doesn't care anymore. He literally just messaged me and asked to beat the Ender Dragon. But like, I've just never understood the mindset of, oh, you're a loser. You're playing video games for 8 hours. Goes, sits down, binge watches the entirety of Stranger Things in one sitting. Like,
hey, I still remember the Mortal Kombat video, man.
Dude, there's a video of me and my brother playing Mortal Kombat.
Button mashing.
Yeah, I kicked his ass in Mortal Kombat, and his response was throwing his controller across the room, made a fucking dent in the wall, and then he slams the door and walks out of the room. I'm like, really? And
Yeah, no,
you know
that was
whose
on the
idea it was,
recording.
by the way? You know whose idea it was to play Mortal Kombat?
His.
And he got his ass kicked. And he like, I understand
Lord.
gamer range. Like, I think we've all been mad while playing games before. But
Gamer range or gamer rage?
Gamer rage. I've never
Game-
thrown a
Gamer?
controller.
Huh?
I've
Gamer?
never thrown a controller before.
Is that Amber's handle, Gamer?
Maybe.
Oh no.
God, stop doxing her, you bitch.
It should be Amber Alert. That's a really good online name for somebody whose name's Amber. Easy marketing.
Bro.
When is she joining in on this podcast?
I don't know. She was on the lifestyle.
Thanks for watching
one.
another episode of the game. Or wait, fuck. This is not the game. Thanks for watching another episode of the Joystick Junkies podcast. My name's Ryan. I'm here with we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Ryan,
Yeah,
a
we never
illustrator
did.
on YouTube. That is Caleb, the editor in chief of An Extraordinary Life Online, and that thing right there is Kyle. He just kind of exists in a space knot. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Hey, whoa. How
Thank
the
you
hell
guys
did
so
you
much for
remember
watching
kind
another
of a
episode of the
dick
Joystick
move.
Junkies podcast. Bye.
That was kind of a dick move, bro.
I'm taking us. I gotta go. I gotta
You
fight the
gotta-
Ender Dragon.
His name Jeff.
My name Jeff.
Also, we're recording this
God.
on Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that have.